in episode 208 of Swallowed Star.
Please, before we begin, just a reminder that this breakdown is based on the novel, so the Donghua may differ a little.
Luo Feng, long-sought milestone. He obtained a branch and leaf from the legendary World Tree. The rare artifact shimmered with life force, an emblem of untold power. Yet when he attempted to cultivate a new avatar using this divine essence, the effort ended in bitter failure. The immense vitality of the World Tree proved too great even for his extraordinary abilities, and the avatar he tried to nurture collapsed, consumed by the overwhelming energy before it could even take form. Despite this setback, Luo Feng's struggles had only just begun. Far beneath the surface of the Nine Serenities, in a region as terrifying as it was inescapable, Luo Feng fought desperately for survival. This was no ordinary battlefield. It was a prison cloaked in the guise of a world. The very laws of nature in this domain were hostile to him. Teleportation faltered. Divine kingdom transfer was impossible. Every escape route had been sealed. The Nine Serenities Whirlpool, which had swallowed him, was a place where even the mightiest immortals could perish. As he navigated its perilous depths, a storm was brewing outside, not in the heavens, but in the heart of the inheritance world. Zhen Yan Wang, his master, had broken through to the Universe Venerable realm, and with that breakthrough came an eruption of unstoppable fury. The chaos that had driven Luo Feng here was orchestrated by Fei Jing Wang of the Beizhong Alliance, a relentless predator whose pursuit forced Luo Feng into the deadly whirlpool. Fleeing through the currents of this sealed domain, Luo Feng unwittingly entered the territory of the Nine Serenities Lord. Here, the ruler's presence warped reality itself, and every law of existence conspired against intruders. Luo Feng could sense it immediately. The environment was a cage, a meticulously constructed prison where survival depended on wit, agility, and sheer will. Just as hope seemed dim, a signal reached him from the virtual inheritance realm known as Glory World. Luo Feng split off a thread of his consciousness and entered the realm. He found himself in a massive open plaza, teeming with gifted inheritors from countless factions. The moment he appeared, a hush fell over the crowd. Eyes followed him like predatory sharks circling their prey, whispers rippling outward in waves. Something was off. The tumult of past events had supposedly settled, but today it was as if every gaze already knew the truth. From the hostile Beizhong camp, a voice rang out, dripping with scorn. "Is the famous winged treasure still on your body?" Luo Feng didn't answer. He ignored the provocation entirely, heading directly to the Human Alliance's Hongmeng gathering area. Familiar faces rushed to meet him, anxious and desperate, seeking confirmation of the shocking rumor that had spread across the plaza. Had Fei Jing Wang really driven him into the Nine Serenities Whirlpool, a place so deadly that even Universe Venerables could die within its currents? Luo Feng's heart tightened. The news had spread faster than he expected, and the grim reality of the Whirlpool's reputation only magnified the concern. Murmurs began to circulate. Perhaps Luo Feng had already died once and survived only through some special avatar ability. But if that were true, the priceless treasure he carried would almost certainly have been lost in the abyss. Luo Feng confirmed the core truth. He had indeed been dragged into the whirlpool, and he was still fighting to survive. Under relentless questioning, he revealed the true horror of the domain. No instant travel, no divine kingdom escape, constant pursuit, and a hostile environment that seemed alive with intent. Love this content? Smash that subscribe button and become part of our community. His time in Glory World was brief, for he dared not linger. Yet the storm of rumors did not abate. Soon, Fei Jing Wang himself appeared in the realm, immediately surrounded by inheritors demanding explanations. The news had reached him belatedly, through an email from a friend. His fury was immediate. He suspected Ziyao Venerable had leaked the information, carefully omitting, however, the most sensitive secret.
that Luo Feng might wield a soul-type supreme treasure. Brimming with arrogance, Fei Jing Wang admitted everything, declaring viciously that Dao He King had been driven into desperation and forced into the Nine Serenities Whirlpool. He gloated, claiming that even if Dao He King survived through avatars, the Forbidden Land would forever claim the treasure. Meanwhile, on Purple Bramble Island, an extraordinary event occurred. A wave of universe origin laws, immense and radiant, descended upon the estate of Zhen Yan Wang. The aura signaled one indisputable truth. Zhen Yan had fully comprehended the space laws and ascended to the Universe Venerable realm. Shock and envy rippled across the island. Only those closest to Zhen Yan and Luo Feng, figures like Chaman Wang, understood the depth of this breakthrough. For eons, Zhen Yan had been trapped at the invincible king limit. Now, at last, he had ascended. As congratulations poured in, Zhen Yan emerged, exuding the calm confidence of one reborn. Yet his eyes immediately sought one figure that was missing, Luo Feng. Suspicion gnawed at him. After the visitors departed, only Universe Venerable remained. Step by careful step, Wutong recounted Luo Feng's ordeals, hundreds of thousands of challenges overcome, assassination attempts endured, and finally forced into a desperate corner by Fei Jing Wang. Zhen Yan's expression darkened with every revelation. Gripping his ancient black long staff, a weapon that had endured countless battles across the ages, Zhen Yan Venerable's rage ignited like a sun. Fei Jing Wang had dared to bully his disciple. The price would be paid in blood. Without hesitation, Zhen Yan Venerable vanished from Purple Bramble Island, heading for the secret region outskirts, ready to confront the Beizhong tyrant. Unknown to Zhen Yan, far below, in the crushing depths of the Nine Serenities Sea, Luo Feng faced wave after wave of relentless crisis. The local ruling prince, after futile searching, issued a full-scale capture order, mobilizing half the forces of every city in his domain. Patrols of world masters and immortals swept the lands like nets. For more than 10 days, Luo Feng relied on his top-tier micro-detector and powerful concealment techniques, yet even B's safeguards could not protect him forever. When the first immortal warrior of the prince's forces arrived, Luo Feng hid beneath the surface of a lake, watching divine power sweep overhead. A slight hesitation betrayed him. His blood ran cold. Discovery was inevitable. He burst from the water in a flash, shaking off his pursuer, but the encirclement was tightening. The prince, leading Universe Venerable subordinates, personally orchestrated the closing net, pushing Luo Feng to the very edge. Desperation sparked ingenuity. Luo Feng summoned 9 soul slaves, each mimicking his appearance. The decoy scattered across the battlefield, forcing repeated redeployments and buying precious time. Though the prince saw through the tactic, caution ruled his every command. Luo Feng had but one resource: time. Amid the chaos, a single message arrived in Glory World, nearly stopping his heart. Zhen Yan Venerable had clashed violently with the Beizhong alliance. The breakthrough and battle were due to him. Re-entering Glory World, Luo Feng learned the full scale of the conflict. On Wild Stone Island, Zhen Yan had confronted Fei Jing Wang head-on, using unmatched speed and brutal staff techniques to nearly annihilate the special life-form enemy. Reinforcements arrived: Wang Feng Venerable, an outer ancestral god cult member of nearly universe overlord caliber, wounding Zhen Yan gravely. Yet through astounding vitality, Zhen Yan survived and returned to Purple Bramble Island, his reputation blazing across the inheritance world once more. Luo Feng, inside the Nine Serenities world, held nothing but respect and admiration for his master. A vow burned in his chest. When he reached immortality, he would personally end his feud with Fei Jing Wang. Yet his most urgent priority remained survival. The Moshe clan avatar, disguised as a tiny plant-like fluff ball, infiltrated Tree Island within the Nine Serenities, approaching a world tree at the World Master level. At Luo Feng's command, a peak king-level soul slave detonated a fire god source crystal within the world tree's crown, creating chaos. In the ensuing storm, the soul slave was destroyed, yet a thin twig bearing a leaf collided with the Moshe avatar. Seizing the moment, it activated its secret art, domain, and escaped with the branch and leaf. Back in the primal secret region, Luo Feng attempted to cultivate a world tree avatar using the artifact. Limitless energy surged within a golden sphere in his internal world, but the world tree's life force exceeded the limits of his power. Violent resistance shattered the sphere. The branch and leaf were consumed, leaving him with nothing but failure and loss. There was no time for despair. The Moshe clan avatar launched a frenzied descent into the Nine Serenities Sea, casting secret arts hundreds of times per second, piercing the encirclement, and finally reaching Luo Feng's true body. Transforming into a native immortal soldier, the avatar carried him safely through the enemy formation. The prince and his forces searched in vain. Luo Feng had disappeared completely, moving calmly among their ranks as one of their own, and vanished into the vastness of the Nine Serenities world.